no, you were playing for the Steelers or the Bulls. I mean, that became, and again, that goes with the growth. That became a part of our name. It was like, who you? I'm Cecil Park. I play with the Bulls. You know, that's Piggy with the Bulls. It's so and so, and so your name became a part of our life and our name to where we got to getting. I say, yeah, the fourth year when we got Tim Elliott, we got Sam, we got Tommy, Morris. That started to, like I said, change the format of how the team was, where we would get people who could play, and it was like okay, and everybody who knew they were on the team and couldn't really play, they accepted their role as just being a support system, and it was, I mean, it was a wild thing to watch, to where you had people who, I mean, one time somebody got hurt. You told Burtis to get in the game. Burtis was like, you want me to do what? I want you to back. He's like, oh, okay. I think Burtis got walked. And he's like, okay. But it was, I mean, it was the fact of knowing that whenever you said, I need you to play, we found a way to do it. And it was, I remember the one time also we were in a tournament and I got thrown out the game because I said I slid. I can't help it that I was bigger than most people. So when I jumped in there to slide, I just stayed in there a little long and kicked the white boy in the chest. But it was on purpose. I mean, but it wasn't on purpose, Mr. Matthews.
It looked like it was on purpose.
Maybe. And then when they threw me out the game, you pulled me to the side. You said, now, you know what you did was wrong. I said, but I was, you know it was wrong. And in my head, it was like, oh man, yeah, I was wrong. But it was the way you did it. You didn't yell at me. You was like, come here. You know what you did was wrong. Well, anybody else would have got yelled at. He's like, okay, all right. And I think you put either, no, it wasn't Eric. It was somebody you put in there in the game. And I sit on the side, I'm looking like, okay. Well, can I help? No, just sit there. I want you to just sit. And it was almost like I was on punishment. But it was the fact that you taught me that no, you can't just do anything. You have to think of the team. Now if we lose the game because you out the game, then what we gonna do? If you cost us a game, I mean, it was the fact that you taught us in that actions have to, when your actions make reactions. So if you do something stupid and something happen to us, all because of your stupidity. You know, it's like, so I mean, and from that point on, it was like, this is a team. This ain't an individual sport. This is a team sport. And I want to thank you for that because you showed me to slow up and think about everybody else.
Well, that's the one thing that the good feeling that I get now. It wasn't nothing that I had stripped that I'm going to do this, I'm going to say that. Because I don't actually remember the specific things that I said at certain times, but I do what you're saying now, understand that it was a meaning behind whatever I was trying to teach you how to react, and especially when we go away from home, other places we want to be respected.
Yes, sir.
We don't want to go out acting crazy or acting like the people from the hood or whatever. We want to be respectful, and that's what we want to do. And in most cases, as much as I can remember, I can't remember everything, but every tournament that we played away from home, our team was always congratulated for the sportsmanship that we performed. And those are the things that I wanted to instill in us. You know, we don't want to go out and we lose. We don't want to get mad and start fighting. We just want to accept it and learn from whatever mistakes we made to go on. And that's the part, another part that I enjoyed about it over the years, to hear from many of the boys that I had on my team over the years, how they appreciated what I did. And I don't get angry that much, but I guess I do get upset sometimes and react unnormal from the way I normally act. And you guys seem to remember that. You don't, and it just, something just was past me, and I forgot it about now. That's in the past. I've always tried to guide you the right way.
And I mean, you don't realize that you were the first person to help us understand and see that there are two different sides or versions of not just baseball, but the world as a whole by taking us to those tournaments. We were the only black team in the tournaments. And our first, I remember our first day there, we always got the funny looks and we always got the mumble stuff. But after we played a game and beat a team, all of a sudden it was, oh, it's the Bulls. Hey, how you guys doing? We were like, okay, they talking to us? But you told us that, I mean, it basically you showed us that now they come with one ideal of you, and it's up to you to show either prove them right or prove them wrong. And playing ball, I mean, it was really determined and peevably to where after that first year, we went back the second year, and we won it all. But when we got there, the teams knew that we were there and was speaking. These were the same kids who the year before were looking at us like we were dirt and wasn't about that. So, I mean, you gave us an early jump on how we had to do better or act better when it came to sports for the next phase coming, which was high school, where we learned the rules in high school were different, and then the rules in college became different to where, yeah, we just want to thank you. I want to thank you on behalf of the team on teaching us how to deal with people of non-black color.
Yes, there's some you had to face some things that I didn't have the opportunity to face them. But you listen, you see how things happen, and you look around you and see how you're gonna be viewed by other people, and you have to react. You know, everything wasn't gonna be perfect for you, wasn't gonna be just, but you still had a way to react to it. You had to accept what was going on and still do your part, play your role, be respectful, do whatever. It's I guess if I had been somewhat a person that was going to win at any cost, I probably wouldn't have been as fair about all my players as I were. But it didn't mean make no difference of who you were. If you were part of this team, you had the same opportunity as the superstar had. Might not get as much playing time, but you still had the same opportunity you had, and that was the way that things was going to work for you. Very humbling for me, and I'm glad that it went as well as it did, and I'm glad that many of you have appreciated what I did. Like I said, not having the experience or not really have gone through those different phases, that I still was able to instill something in you to make you be successful in life. I didn't get you to the major league or to the NFL or nothing like that, but you knew wherever you participated in, you knew how to act and do. And there's been some of the young men that I thought wasn't listening, and I did find out in later years that they had kids that went on to school and did pretty good in the athletic field because you guys backed them up, you supported them, and you helped them through that process by teaching them things that you had. And I'm not taking a blame or credit for all of this on my own, but it just was part of your growing up. That things that I tried to instill in you were for your betterment in life, or how you can get through things that you're going to face in this world.
You take your credit for it. You deserve credit for that because you helped. I said I know for a fact you helped a bunch of us not only stay out of jail, but even those that went to jail came out, and their main thought process was, Mr. Matthews wouldn't like this. We've had conversations with those who have like, man, I was thinking, Mr. Matthews didn't hear about this. Oh man, I'm just. Oh, and then when we got together, and you still love them like you love them on a regular because, again, you told us to be family. In good times and bad, we family, and that's how it got to go. But I mean, it was just a couple of us who, if you hadn't came along or took time with us, yeah, it'd have been. Yeah, we've been on a whole different ball game. I tell my friends, oh, you so nice to my mama. He's such a sweet young man. I say, y'all don't understand. I say the beatings that she gave me, not the stuff I took her through. If I didn't have sports, I don't know. No, y'all wouldn't like me like this. If I didn't have an outlet, I said she found an outlet for me, and it was part off as baseball. And like you said before, being a part of that team, when you broke out and said about mother, I want Cecil to go and play football so he could be in shape for next baseball season. I'm gonna start to my no. It's my I'm sure. I don't play baseball. I don't play football. I do baseball. Just like, yeah, he can go when you need him. And it was just like, cause you said it's like, hey, here you go, bye bye. And she took me to that thing, and because of you, I got to say it again, because of you, football became that great outlet. Well, I had to put baseball. I loved it, but I had to put baseball to the side and say, "Hey, football is my wife now." Cause like I said, that first time when I played with the Royal Knights, and he just introduced me to Coach Paul, and he had this staff, and I asked everybody on the team, "What's the staff for?" It's my, oh, you'll see. You know, like you need the staff to walk. All right, I got in to play nose guard. First play, I hit the boy and I stopped. I thought I did good. Crack! Wait, that man, he was just stick. You don't stop till the whistle blow. And Pig laughing at me. I'm like, me to my listen. You understand? Yes, sir. Go again. And I hit that boy until the whistle blew. I think he didn't blow the whistle on purpose to see how long I was gonna hit the boy. And I hit him. He probably blew the whistle. I'm like, oh, I like this sport. This is gonna be my sport. So I thank you for helping me to realize that football was my second calling. But now, as far as the Bulls went, I think we got to winning and everything, Steelers and Bulls going back and forth. And then it comes to that final year when we go and we combine the Jaguars and the Bulls. How did we get to that point where we got those players from the Jaguars and the Bulls?
The coach, Rick Wilson of the Jaguars, had a younger son that was just beginning baseball. So he wanted to go back down to start team with his son. And this juvenile was his last year there, so he just decided to, I guess the respect that he had for me, that he offered his boys to my team. And his kids getting ready to go to high school now. A lot of them dropping out. They wasn't playing summer ball anymore, so I had to face for him. And he wanted his boys. The Jaguars was a real good team, well coached, and he wanted his boys to be on a team that was respectful, thought that would be able to learn, teach them something. So that's how we got there. And from the time that I started in Adam 2, it was Adam 2 when I took the team over, because the first year Adam 1, we played with another team, that I always wanted to go to the Tri-State Championship. I made the championship a couple of years during that stretch, but we didn't advance. Because we had an A and a B section. And the last few years there, I guess we was probably down in midget. Mm-hmm. Matthew Dickey had, the league had grown, and we had like a A and a B section. So the Steelers was like playing in Division A, and we was playing Division B. So it wasn't that we were knocking each other out, but we still had a chance to go to the state. So that was the year before that we went to state. We had an opportunity because we won our division. We had a chance to go, but we decided to go to Indiana, to the boys club in Indiana. And Mr. Matthew worked together. We were always sent a team there to play against their All-Stars. We went there, but this was our final year, and my dream came true. I think we played 4 or 5 games in 2 days to win that. We won 4 or 5 games. I think one of them was on a forfeit, but one of the teams didn't show up. But we were able to play those and won that, and that's it. I had no other chance. That was my last year. But that put the icing on the cake there. Out of all of those years that we played and won our division just about every year. I can't remember exactly what year, but I don't know what year that we changed the league from the A to the A and B division. I think the Steelers had won that one year before we split up, and then they divided us in, and they tried to put each league where one wouldn't have a handicap over the other one, so that's why we was there. We was more or less the B league in that, so we wasn't there knocking each other off. We both teams had a chance to play the state. But that was it. That's how we got rich players and got together without any practice together. At that time, we all supposed to knowing what we was doing, but we was able to get on the field and put people in position to win.
That what made it even wilder. That, like I said, practice time, you got it when you could, but it wasn't no set practice like normal. So it was, like I said, half Rick's team, which was younger than us, you had like Albert Jr., Willie, Smokey.
These names I go back and get a list. I can see them, but I can't just remember the names. I know.
Yeah, I think Darnell played with us for a minute. He left to play because of football called it. Yeah. But then you had like that with Big Mike. You had, Blue. It was a combination of people who was like, man. But again, our team was so different. It wasn't like everybody was on the same level to where you saw. Oh, I know he. Like, no, you play with who? You on the team? Wait a minute, he on the team with you? But I think that whole melting pot of players, and we still to this day. When we see each other, it's a family. Hey, what's going on, baby? It's a family piece, and I think that's all because you gave us that. You never treated us different. It was when you came on, like I said, on the Bulls, you were Bull. Simple as that. It don't matter who else you played for. You playing with the Bulls, you a Bull. And I think when we won that tri-state, that was the biggest. It was so crazy because I think we came close to losing. When the next day, we were on. You could. It was like, oh, we ended this in 5. It don't matter. But again, it was back, and I said again, we wanted to win for you as bad as we wanted to win for ourselves. And that's when we realized that now, as a parent who has a child who's been part of certain athletic pieces, I've learned that when it comes to even teaching kids about the game, when they want to do it for you more than themselves, you can't help but win.
Well, that's a sign there that I hope we all learn something from there. Put God in all things, and God teaches us how to learn and how to treat people, and that things will work out. But if I had made it my goal that you're going to do it and respect me for it, it wouldn't have turned out that way. But that's what God wanted. We put him, and we did try to do things the way that God wanted things to be done. And that's where the good comes out at. And at the end of this up, I just hope that is a sign to all people. God's way is the right way. We have our desires and we set goals for ourselves to do. So we put it in his hand.
And you taught us it early. You taught us it early. Whenever we spent the night at your house, your first thing was, did y'all bring some clothes for church?
Going to church.
It's like, did y'all bring some clothes for church? You're like, Okay, yeah, we gonna close for church. What can we bring?
And the good part about it, you all act like you wanted to go, but I know deep in you, you didn't want to go. You just went because I asked you to do it. But that was part of me. That was my way of doing things.
I wasn't. It wasn't. No, it wasn't the fact that we wanted to go. Just we didn't want to go. After we went the first couple of times, we happened to meet some people there that we wanted to go back and see.
Yeah, but I just like to end this by saying those were some of the best years of my life. And I wish I had kept more keepsake than I did to look at and say what happened at this time. We had quite a few, I would say a mothers club, but we had some men's that would support the team as well. But there was 5 or 6 ladies there, the mothers of you guys that was together, and we did things together, and it was just that's what made it so much fun. And I know that you had mentioned that some of you guys would spend the night with my son Piggy. He always got him in trouble, but
that was Tim Elliott.
But that's the way that we can remember those things and just enjoy it.
I mean, and like I said, speaking on it, I mean, it was the fact of like I said, Miss Matthews. I mean, he came through for us every time we needed her to. And then even the one time when she had to coach the team. Oh man, we were like, okay, yeah, you gonna coach? Okay.
She did what she thought I would do. Didn't know what she was doing, but she did what she thought I would do. And that was the thing that I was saying about the parents there, how they supported me, because working as a bread delivery guy, I didn't have no 8 to 4, 8 to 5. I had from start to finish. Mm-hmm. And that's why I would be bringing my truck to practice after I get off from work. And she would drive my van and pick up the boys that she had to pick up and bring them to the field. But things worked good, and I just so glad I was on that journey with you guys.
We so glad that you was the captain of the ship, because we were just rolling wherever you want us to roll to. I mean, and let's say, and over the years, I mean, you had, I mean, myself at Riverview doing good, Pig at McClure North, Eric at Soldan, Albert Jr. at Sumner, Manuel out at Parkway. I mean, everybody was doing something because you put it in there. Now, the surprising thing I learned, and again, I miss Morris. I really miss Morris. I went and saw Morris the day before he passed away. I went and saw Morris one-on-one. Me and Morris, he was there, and I was in the hospital. I was like, oh man, but it was the fact that Morris, I didn't know, didn't play a lick of ball through high school. It's like, that threw me off when his wife talked about Morris never played ball in high school. I was like, Morris was bad. He didn't play for no, he didn't play. I'm like, okay.
One of them easygoing guys, but he still turned out to be a nice young man.
Oh, yes, sir. I mean, like I said again, it's anybody on that Bulls team, there's no way that I can't call them brother. I tell them whenever we out somewhere nice. I mean, even my daughter, she used to laugh about them. Like, you know everybody, Dad. I said, no, I got a lot of brothers, but I'm only child. And I mean, it's just because, again, what you instilled in us, or instilled in me that I took from it, was always be you and always be respectful. And being respectful, people give it back when you give it out there. Yeah. I mean, like I said, and on our team, regardless, there's nobody on our team or has ever been on our team that was so-called fake. You can call us, you're gonna call us too real, but you won't call us fake. And I mean, as I got older now, I just can't even be in the room with it. It's like, okay, here you go. All right, man, I see you. Nice meeting you. All right, see you later on. And I move on because no, we you never was that way, and you never told us to hang with that, because that's pretending, and you got to keep pretending to be somebody you ain't. That's gonna get old.
And there's one thing about that is that you treat everybody the same. You don't put yourself above nobody else. You don't go out, I'm better than you, I'm better than you. But I guess I'll say it again, to recognize that the people in the Matthew Dickey Boys Club, that organization, the respect that they had for you guys. They never say that you was the better team in the area or nothing like that, but they knew the team and they respected you as a team. But you I don't talk to too many people. I'm not down that way that much now, but most people around that time knew the Bulls. I like to be respected. That was something that I was brought up with. Do things that people are gonna remember you. Let them remember you about doing something good or doing the right thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you put a feather in my cap again. Y'all did this a couple of years ago. I appreciate it.
Well, all right. For the last statement on this, if you could describe the Bulls in a sentence or a phrase, how would you describe it?
As I remember them, as they was a strong knit family. They stood out. They was out there to support each other. It wasn't no individual thing. An individual person. It was a team effort. And I think they've left the mark there to let people know, if you work together, how you can progress, how you can be successful. And I'll have to give credit or give thanks to Mrs. Moore. What's the Manuel's mother's name?
Miss Moore.
For coming up with the Bulls name, and
Okay,
we decided to change our name and to made the plaque, and we had our little red sign everywhere we went. She created that, so that's a memory that will always stay in my mind. And so many names come across my mind when I think of the Bulls, and I'm gonna have to get a list now and write them down so I can remember all these names, because I forget a lot of the names now. But I think we left them a mark around the people that we participated with and participated against, that we were a close-knit family. Thanks to the boys and to their parents, and I'm saying mothers, but I had quite a few of the men too, because there was at least 3 of them that were my coaches.
Mm-hmm.
So we all worked together as a family. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, y'all, that's my coach, my father, my mentor. That's Mr. Arthur Matthews. Arthur Matthews. Not Mr. Matthews Dickey. No. This is Arthur Matthews. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.